Hello, it's Ashton Lewis.
And I'm Daphne Lynn.
And you are listening to the
NDE World Podcast.
Welcome to the NDE World Podcast. I am your host, Ashton Lewis. In the studio with me today, I have my lovely hostess, Miss Daphne Lynn. Hello, Miss Daphne Lynn.
Hello, Ashton Lewis. How are you today?
I'm absolutely fantastic, thank you. And how are you today?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. We had a wonderful little mini vacay, so we're back in full force, going strong, and so excited to start this series that we've been doing, and it is just so fulfilling sharing this information. But I'm really super stoked and excited that we now want to share with you all. We have, for those Facebook users out there, you can follow us along on Facebook now. We have a NDE World Podcast page where we will be uploading our episodes to, as well as our community where we'll be interacting with everyone. We have the NDE World group now, so that's growing already, so that is awesome for everyone that's joining and tuning in. So thank you all. We are still growing strong, and it's so exciting seeing how widespread it really truly is, and that's the truth of the message is, it's universal.
Absolutely. It's the reason why we do this. Yeah, for sure. Now, also, don't forget to go to the website, guys. And the website is the actual hub to go to the actual Facebook page, the Facebook group, podcast. We've got a bookstore. Anything and everything that you can think of related to what we do can be found at nde.world. Just like Daphne had just mentioned, go to nde.world and join our Facebook group. Come on in and share your story with us, or come in and ask questions. We've got people from all different backgrounds, different experiences, and different, all kind of cool, awesome stories, and just really beautiful souls. So yeah, just go ahead and go to nde.world and click on the Facebook group, or go check out the bookstore, or go check out our podcast page, or just make yourself at home.
Yes.
Yeah.
And definitely hit that contact button or share your story button, because we love hearing from you guys and we appreciate you. So thank you so much. You are much loved.
Alrighty, moving right on along, guys. We have started a series, and this actual episode is, we're actually going to be diving into the actual book itself. All right. And the book is, it's all about UDO. And UDO is the acronym for Universal Divine Oneness. And that's what we teach and share the message of here on the actual NDE World Podcast. And that's the beauty of the near-death experiences, is they all actually get to experience UDO.
Yes, exactly.
This oneness, this one love, this one being, all part of one. That's what we call UDO. So when you hear us talk about UDO, it's the acronym UDO for the word Universal Divine Oneness. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually go into the actual book. And don't forget, you can find this book on the website. It is on Amazon. But go to nde.world and hit the bookstore up, and you can find this book here. It's Universal Divine Oneness. But it's all about that. Now, we're going to actually break it down because it's got methodologies in it that really helps us to really be aware of who we are, ourselves, self-examinations, and really becoming one. What do we need to do to become one with all? Because we already are. We just got to remember it,
Exactly. And some of us are, that is totally new to us. What? No. So we really have to expand our consciousness. And we call it awakening, have an awakening, a spiritual transformative moment, so there's an awakening going on. And when you can realize that we are one with the universe, then it's life-changing.
It is. It really is, And if it's something that unites everybody, then it's coming from a true source. If it's something that divides, I'd be careful whether I want to be a part of it or not. Just really question your belief systems and what you're a part of. Is it bringing you together? Is it making the world a better place? Or is it part of the problem? Are you part of the separation? Is it us against them? So UDO is really understanding and grasping the mindset that there's no such thing as us and them. Correct. There's no such thing as separateness. It's all an illusion. The separateness has created the selfishness. The selfishness is the issues, issues, plural, that's happening in the world today. So let's just dive right into it, Daphne. And guys, don't forget, this is the book. It's all about UDO, Universal Divine Oneness, and how to connect to that oneness. Okay. FYI, for those out there who may not know, UDO is also that Universal Oneness is also referred to as Christ consciousness. So that might make you feel a little bit more understandable what we're talking about. It's, that way you'll know exactly, okay, well, I can get that Christ consciousness, but a lot of people think they know what Christ consciousness is, but it may not even be what they think. So that's what Universal Divine Oneness is, but we're going to cover it. So let's jump right into it. Now, chapter 1, the overview of UDO. Introducing Universal Divine Oneness, UDO, okay, and its connection to Christ consciousness. Hey, we was just talking about that. Universal Divine Oneness, abbreviated as UDO, is a profound concept that encompasses the essence of spiritual enlightenment and unity with the divine. It represents the pinnacle of spiritual development, where an individual transcends the ego. Keep that in mind, guys, because that's going to be one of the biggest topics in this whole walk is, working with the ego. So just keep that in mind. But UDO is a part where you actually transcend the ego and the illusion of separateness and experiences a state of complete harmony and interconnectedness with the universe. This state is often referred to as Christ consciousness, a term that signifies a level of spiritual awareness and alignment with the divine that masters such as Jesus Christ exemplified.
Yes, and with this first paragraph in this, I'm automatically relating it to our NDEers, our reviews, and even those that we haven't interviewed. There's so many accounts of NDEs out there that you can watch and listen to. Most of these people have connected and realized their oneness with everything and everyone, and that's what transforms their lives. They've shut their ego down immediately when you realize the oneness of everything. So that's how they come back more loving, more giving, more being of service to others, and just aware of what's really going on around us, at the illusion of separateness, the powers that be, how they have manipulated things for control.
Absolutely. And that's one of those rabbit pits. It's not a rabbit hole, it's
right.
a rabbit pit. Yeah, so moving right on along, Christ consciousness is not limited to any single religious tradition. Please keep that in mind. It's so vital, guys. It's never been about religion. It has always been about love. In fact, I got a post we're fixing to put up here today, actually, and that's what it is. And it's got a saying from all the greats, all the masters, and quotes about love. It's always been about love. It's never been about religion. But
exactly.
keep that in mind. Now, religion's okay if it keeps you out of trouble and focusing on a more positive, constructive life, a loving, making you a better person. Okay, cool. Religion works. If it separates you from everyone else, us against them, then you're not in the right mix at the moment.
You're not in harmony with the universal oneness.
Correct. Yeah, you're separate. So just keep that in mind. Christ consciousness is not limited to any single religious tradition. Instead, it represents a universal truth that transcends all boundaries and speaks to the innate divinity within every human being. It is the realization that we are all interconnected and that our true nature is one of love, compassion, and unity. Achieving this state of consciousness is the ultimate goal of spiritual practice and personal transformation.
It really just reminds me of, in reading from the Conversations book, the higher evolved beings, the Hebs, how they live under these laws of the universe, the love, compassion, and unity. There is no separateness among them. So that's how they have evolved to be such spiritually aware, giving and loving communities. And they're in different dimensions and universes, and they got it together. We're at the primitive, we're at the baby stage
Right.
of our development still.
Right.
We're still very young. And these others have really grown and evolved because of their unitedness, because of their love that they have.
Right. And I've even heard stories in my research that, these Hebs, these highly evolved beings, okay, that they don't understand why Earth is so violent. Why are we such a violent people? They try to send us messages of love. They try to come to even visit us. And what do we do? Trying to kill them and slaughter them and blow them out the air. And so they, there are stories that they do communicate with us through different means, different people and things like that. But they don't understand why Earth is such a dense, violent place, and
because of our illusion of separateness.
It's separateness. Yep, because separateness creates selfishness, guys, and that's the issue. Moving on along. The journey to universal divine oneness, okay, is a path of awakening and self-discovery. It involves recognizing and transcending the ego.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, the ego, that's the devil, okay? That's the devil inside, which has been created into the archetype of what we call Satan, or Satan the devil, the spirit, or the one that God fighting against God, or God's opposition or anything like that. No, the ego is the devil, and we're going to get into that later. Okay, just like Jesus represents the Christ consciousness within. Okay, it's the good and the bad that is within all of us. We have to keep that in mind. We all have the dark and the light. It has to exist. For one has to exist, or the other one can't. Okay, keep that in mind.
Exactly. Like it's like the little angel on one side of your shoulder, and then the little Satan, the little devil on the other side.
Yes, it's in all of us,
that's reflections of your inner
Correct.
Self. Your higher consciousness, your higher self versus your lower ego state.
Yeah, and your ego state, aka your demons and. Your devils and what you
Who you
function
gonna
on.
listen to?
What you're going to do about it, yeah. So the journey to universal divine oneness is a path of awakening and self-discovery, like we just mentioned. It involves recognizing and transcending the ego, the part of us that creates the illusion of separateness and drives much of our suffering. The ego is responsible for our feelings of fear, anger, jealousy, and all sorts of other negative emotions that arise from a sense of being isolated and disconnected from others. By overcoming the ego, we can begin to experience the world from a place of love and unity rather than fear and division. Daphne?
Exactly. It's raising out of those lower chakras, raising your vibration to a higher level.
Absolutely. And when you transcend this level, this plane, what we call Earth, where we're at right now, this physical world, okay, the higher your vibration, when you transcend, the higher the next level you go to, okay? And you'll be with more of the Hebs, or more of the highly evolved beings. Now, if you stay here in the animal mindset, the us against them, the separateness, the selfishness, those lower chakras, like Daphne had mentioned, chances are you may have to keep coming back and repeating it until you can get it right, because it may take some thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years to get it right, guys. And that's part of the reincarnation part of it. And we'll talk about that later.
And it's really not even about getting it right. It's about experiencing.
Correct.
Living,
Correct.
So it's not about getting it right. It's just about defining who we are as individuations of the divine.
Right, and getting a hold of yourself. You've got these weaknesses, okay? some call it sins or whatever. No, just don't do it. Acknowledge that you are divine. Acknowledge that you are God manifesting in the flesh, like every other human being in existence, every other creature in existence, everything in existence. That is oneness.
There is not one thing that is not the
God.
divine.
Correct. And now we have with science, we have the quantum science, the whole world of quantum physics is all supporting this now. Everything is connected, guys.
Everything's energy.
They're
Energy
calling
doesn't
it energy,
die.
yeah. It's all that spirit. It's all connected. It's UDO. Okay, it's oneness. Anyway, moving on. The purpose of this book. Now, the purpose of this book is to serve as a comprehensive guide to achieving universal divine oneness. It integrates teachings and practices from various spiritual traditions, providing a holistic approach to personal and spiritual growth. This book is designed to help you understand the nature of the ego, recognize its influence in your life, and provide you with practical tools and techniques to transcend it. Additionally, it offers guidance on adopting a healthy lifestyle that supports your spiritual journey and cultivates essential qualities for enlightenment.
Yes, and this is why we started this series, because if you've been following along, listening to from the beginning, we started out doing reviews, just listening to people's experiences with that near-death experience. We've grown to listening to our guests, what their stories are. We've learned and grown so much along the way from our NDEers, and it's transformed our belief systems and our thoughts and our actions. And some of us may be wondering, well, how do we put this into practice? And that is the purpose for us starting this series, is to help others to make those little adjustments, putting into practice that oneness that we've learned so much about. So that way we can all grow together and be and live in that higher state of consciousness.
Yeah, very well said, very well said. And to go with that thought, just keep in mind that that's what this is actually about, is really taking and, like you had mentioned, I guess really giving giving everyone, us, all of us, a more direct path or more of a methodology on how to, you see, here's what we believe. Now, according to the research and a lot of the ancient texts that we had looked into, one can actually obtain this state of consciousness without even having to experience death.
Right.
Or a near-death experience or a death-like state. So just keep that in mind. Now, unfortunately, well, it's good and bad. It's bittersweet for an NDEer, I'm sure, because a lot of them have to go through a lot of pain to go to the other side and come back and have to deal with a lot of that
ailments,
discord and stuff. Yeah, so it's kind of bittersweet. But what they experience on the other side is so life-changing, and compared to the physical or the hurt or the pain, it's nothing. But the point is, from what we're understanding, is you can get pretty close without having to experience a near-death experience. You can obtain Christ consciousness. And that's what Yeshua or Jesus or these masters taught. And that's what this system is. It will teach you how to do that. So.
Right. And through different meditations and just
practices,
raising your consciousness to a higher level. Getting out of that lower separate self where everything's all about the animalistic behaviors.
Yeah, it's all about you. What do you want? Or me. How do you say if you're talking in the first person? It's all about me. It's me,
right.
Me. What do I want?
And when we say you on this program or this podcast, we're involved in that as a plural. When we say you, it's all of us.
It's all of us, yeah. No finger pointing.
Right. Because we're all one.
Yep. So, moving on along, the journey to Universal Divine Oneness, or UDO, is not an easy one, okay? But it is deeply rewarding. It requires dedication, self-discipline, and a willingness to confront and transform the darker aspects of yourself. However, the rewards of this journey are immense. As you begin to experience the world from a place of oneness and unity, you will find a profound sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment that is not dependent on external circumstances.
Yes, yes, yes. This is beautiful because in just learning from our NDEers and having those belief systems changed for myself, and releasing those fears, it brings, like this paragraph brings out, a profound sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment. And I have been living that and experiencing that from the get-go. It's if you wanted to call it an awakening, then yeah, I've had an even more spiritual awakening, because I had an awakening years ago, but now it's just so much more intense.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't know is awakening is ongoing. It's not a one-time thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what I like about this, keep in mind, guys, that you all have a dark side. Mm-hmm. Okay? And we had mentioned earlier, Satan, the devil, the archetype that has been created based on a lot of mythology and things like that. We'll cover that later. But like it says here, it requires a dedication, a self-discipline, and a willingness to confront and transform the darker aspects of yourself. Are you willing to go inside and face your demons? Because, guys, this term is also referred to as a crucifixion, okay? Mm-hmm. And it's also referred to as an exorcism.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind, because, you might think you're cool, you might think you're all this and all loving and all good, but there's darkness in a lot of people out there. All of us. It's there. So you have to get that darkness or that ego under control.
Right. I mean, I really have to ask this. I mean, how many of us have sat down in any given situation, wrote out a pros and cons list, and then made your decision based on that? Okay, so this is pretty much the same thing. Make it about yourself. Sit down and write on all your good aspects. And then write down all your bad aspects. And then start working to recreate yourself.
Get rid
reflecting within
what doesn't work.
Exactly. Reflecting within to change what needs to be changed.
Yeah, that's where everything exists anyways, within.
Exactly.
Now, like it says here, this book is divided into several chapters, okay? Each focusing on a different aspect of the journey to Universal Divine Oneness. In the following chapters, you will learn about the nature of Christ consciousness and how it has been understood and practiced in various spiritual traditions. You will explore the origins and role of the ego and how it creates the illusion of separateness. You will delve into the metaphor of the devil within, which represents the darker aspects of the ego, and learn practical strategies for overcoming it. You will also discover the concept of the monkey mind, which refers to the restless and often chaotic nature of our thoughts, and learn techniques for calming the mind and achieving mental clarity. The book will guide you through the principles of the Essene diet and lifestyle, which emphasizes natural living and a vegetarian diet as a means of nourishing the body and soul. Additionally, you will explore the essential qualities for enlightenment, such as love, compassion, humility, harmlessness, and mindfulness, and learn how to cultivate these qualities in your daily life. Finally, the book provides a comprehensive guide to practical spiritual practices that support the journey to Universal Divine Oneness. These practices include meditation, breath work, grounding techniques, and other exercises that help you connect with your true self and the divine source. By integrating these practices into your daily routine, you can create a solid foundation for your spiritual growth and transformation. The journey to UDO, Universal Divine Oneness, is a deeply personal one, and it will look different for each individual, just like the NDEs makes me think of that. However, the principles and practices, outlined in the book, provide a roadmap that can guide you on your path. Whether you're just beginning your spiritual journey or have been on this path for some time, this book offers valuable insights and practical tools to help you achieve the highest state of consciousness and live a life of spiritual fulfillment and alignment.
This is so beautiful that we're covering this. And, I can remember the first time that I ever heard the term Christ consciousness. I mean, it was years ago, and I want to say it was Santos Bonacci talking about it. I was like, what? What is that? But it made sense. It resonated to me, and it's like, oh, wow, that's very interesting. And then, those little synchronicities of life coming to you at different times. Now, looking back and everything I've learned, it was the universe saying, hey, let's get it together, guys. Let's get it together.
Right.
So,
and think about this. You had to go through that to be able to make sense of this.
Exactly, yeah. I love how we're going to really dive into this and be able to help ourselves and others along the way, to change that separateness, the illusion of separateness.
It starts with one person at a time, guys. Every forest starts with one tree, so you can't be waiting for somebody else to come save you. You've got to work on yourself, okay? Right. Once you understand what Jesus is or what Christ is, it's in everyone, okay? But so is the devil. It's in everyone. When you understand these are archetypes, okay, that represents all human beings and our struggle between, darkness and light, good and evil, however you want to look at it.
Right, and that's one thing we take our lessons from, because every divine master that has came has had a message of enlightenment, of love, compassion, humility, and mindfulness, that one mindset, to help us along our way.
Yeah,
there's always been messengers for us, trying to help us evolve past our baby infant stage.
Animal mindsets.
Yes.
And guess what? Most of the animals killed them. Every time an enlightened one ever come along, they were always pretty much killed.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Moving on along, integrating teachings and practices. Now, one of the unique aspects of this book is its integrative approach. Rather than focusing on a single spiritual tradition or practice, it draws on a wide range of teachings and techniques from various traditions and indigenous wisdom. This integrative approach reflects the universal nature of the journey to the Universal Divine Oneness and recognizes that there are many paths to achieving this state.
Yes, I love that, because that's what I was just saying. All the different divine masters that have come, they were all sharing that same message. And I love that this is taken from each one of them. Their messages, it's all pulled and gleaned from that to help us.
It's like going in and strip out all of the actual divine message thread running through these books without all of the extra things that were added, and you don't really know what's what. So this is the actual divine part that was taken out of all of these teachings.
This oneness, when we can recognize that there are many paths to achieving this state, not just one path, then you can truly help yourself and others.
Absolutely. Now, by incorporating teachings from different traditions, this book offers a holistic and comprehensive approach to spiritual growth. For example, you will learn about the concept of Christ consciousness from a Christian perspective, as well as similar concepts from other traditions such as Buddha, nature in Buddhism, and Atman in Hinduism. This broader perspective helps to deepen your understanding of the universal principles underlying these teachings and provides a richer context for your spiritual practice. Makes me think of the universal laws.
Yes, we can definitely apply the universal laws to this right here.
Yes, and we will be covering those as well. In addition to exploring the teachings of various traditions, this book also offers practical techniques and exercises that you can incorporate into your daily life. These practices are designed to help you develop self-awareness, cultivate positive qualities, and connect with the divine source. They include meditation techniques, breathwork exercises, grounding practices, and dietary guidelines, among others. Meditation, keep this in mind, guys, meditation is a key practice for achieving universal divine oneness, as it helps to calm the mind, develop self-awareness, and connect with your true self. This book offers a variety of meditation techniques, including mindfulness meditation, loving kindness meditation, and visualization exercises, each designed to support different aspects of your spiritual growth. Breath work, is another powerful tool for spiritual transformation. By learning to control your breath, you can influence your mental and emotional state, reduce stress, and enhance your overall well-being. This book provides several breathwork exercises that you can practice regularly to support your journey to universal divine oneness. Grounding practices are also essential for maintaining balance and stability on your spiritual path. These practices help you connect with the earth and the present moment, providing a sense of stability and support. This book also offers a variety of grounding techniques, including walking meditation, nature walks, and earthing practices, which can help you stay centered and connected to the present moment. Diet and lifestyle choices play a significant role in supporting your spiritual growth. The Essene diet, which we'll get more into it later, which emphasizes vegetarianism and natural living, is particularly beneficial for nourishing the body and soul. This book provides guidelines for adopting a healthy and balanced diet that supports your physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. It also offers tips for creating a lifestyle that aligns with your spiritual values and supports your journey to universal divine oneness.
Wow, there's so many different ways that you can follow to raise your consciousness, to help you get in alignment with the oneness and that divinity that is within each and every one of us. Like it's brought out here, from our diet to grounding to breath work to meditation. These are just a handful of practices that's going to really help you to get a hold of the negative and the dark that's within. And I really think about so many of our guests that have had NDEs practice most of these techniques.
Absolutely.
And every one of them have said meditation is key. Just like this book is bringing out, it is a key practice for achieving that oneness. It helps to calm the mind and develop self-awareness, to connect you to your higher self, to that divinity, to that great divine essence that we call God.
That's right. And all of the masters practice this.
Yes.
All of the writings reveal this. Even, masters like Yeshua or Jesus, lots of meditation. A lot of people call it prayer. That prayer is just another word for meditation. Now, the modern day expression of what we call prayer it's nothing like meditation was originated to be done. It's praying, getting into some kind of position and praying to an external source, praying through something to get to, that's just not how it's supposed to be done. Meditation is you go within to the divine within you.
Right.
Just like Yeshua or Jesus taught, it's within. The kingdom is within. Everything is within. So, but anyway, go ahead.
With you saying that, the meditations is key with all of this, but also that breath work. And one of our guests had said that she actually works with people with helping them with their breath.
Yeah.
So that is key to connecting to that
energy.
divine, that oneness energy within.
Yeah. People don't understand that concept of that energy,
Oh Right. Even just practicing if you're in your daily life, just be mindful of your breath, whether you're driving down the road or doing something at home, sitting outside, whatever you're doing, you can start by controlling and being aware of your breath, taking those long inhales and then even longer exhales, just centering yourself and being in the present moment.
Absolutely. And if you are a smoker or
it's going to be a little difficult.
You're going to have to work on that. Yeah, but meditations will help, You can get into those states and those relaxed states of meditation, and you can overcome any of these illusions of addictions, But you're going to have to get rid of that to really get the breathing going.
Yes, and the grounding practices here, I mean, we have been doing this for years.
Yeah.
Get outside barefooted, sit outside under a tree, whatever, however you want to connect with it. Just get some earthing in, because that releases the negative within. It just changes your overall being. It
Recharges.
Heals you. It literally heals you. If you're having pains, go sit on Mother Earth for a while. My mother used to do this, and she was on oxygen and had all kind of ailments, and every time she went outside to sit out and put her feet on the ground, she felt better for several hours. So this is a practice that we can do
right now.
Anytime, people, anytime. We've so disconnected ourselves from that. We wear shoes everywhere we go. I mean, take those shoes off and reconnect.
Make sure it's natural earth. Don't take them off and go walking on the blacktops in the
yeah, you bring your feet.
Shopping store parking lots. Just think about what that's doing to Mother Earth, how we're smothering her with all the garbage, with all the paved parking lots and the brick buildings and the rows. And
that's what's creating our
that's the heat
climate
issue.
change.
Yeah, it's not the sun, guys. There's nothing wrong with the sun. Sun's right on time where it needs to be. It's been here since the beginning, and it'll be here long way past us.
That's right.
The point is, we are creating things that are creating more heat. Moving on along, the path ahead. Now, the path to Universal Divine Oneness is a lifelong journey of growth, transformation, and self-discovery. Keep that in mind. Did you notice? A lifelong journey, guys. This isn't a one-time quick fix. Hey, I'm saved. Good to go. Y'all have a good day. I'm covered.
Yeah.
I'll see you. No. A lifelong journey of growth, transformation, and self-discovery. It requires commitment, patience, and a willingness to confront and overcome the challenges that arise along the way. However, the rewards of this journey, as we mentioned earlier, are immeasurable. As you begin to experience the world from a place of oneness and unity, you will find a profound sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment that transcends all external circumstances. This book is your companion on the journey, providing you with the knowledge, tools, and guidance that you need to achieve UDO, or Universal Divine Oneness. Each chapter builds upon the previous one, offering a step-by-step approach to spiritual growth and transformation. By following the teachings and practices outlined in this book, you can create a solid foundation for your spiritual journey and move closer to achieving Christ consciousness. Remember that the journey to Universal Divine Oneness is not about reaching a final destination, like we had mentioned earlier, but about embracing the process of growth and transformation. And remember, we are always growing. You will always be growing. When you leave this realm, you're going to another realm. You're going to be growing, growing, growing. So we got to get out of the mindset, okay, bam, I'm fixed. Oh, bam, I'm saved. I'm good. I don't have to do anything. You have to adopt the mindset that life is ongoing and growth is ongoing. So just kind of keep that in mind, with all this. So I like this. It's about learning to live in alignment with your true self and the divine source, and experiencing the profound sense of connection and unity that comes with it. Mm-hmm. As you embark on this journey, be patient with yourself and trust that each step you take brings you closer to the ultimate state of spiritual fulfillment and alignment. In the following chapters, you will delve deeper into the various aspects of the journey to UDO. You will explore the nature of Christ consciousness, the origins and role of the ego, and the concept of the devil within. You will learn practical strategies for overcoming the ego, calming the monkey mind, and adopting a healthy and balanced diet and lifestyle. We'd mentioned that earlier, was talking about that. You will discover the essential qualities for enlightenment and practical spiritual practices that support your journey. And finally, you will learn how to integrate these teachings and practices into your daily life, creating a life of spiritual fulfillment and alignment. Welcome to the journey of Universal Divine Oneness. May this book serve as a guide and inspiration as you embark on the path to achieving the highest state of consciousness and living a life of profound peace, joy, and fulfillment. And there's your chapter 1 and introduction, guys. What you think, Miss Daphne?
Wow. I mean, it just the overall of this, I mean, this is things that I did not realize I'm already putting into practice.
Right.
Because of
what we're
learning from our NDEers, the oneness of everything, you know, how to live by loving unconditionally. That's one thing we've got to stop doing is loving conditionally. It's put on us from the time we are born. And that's why we say so much, go within to see what your true self is, because we have been programmed from the beginning to think we're this or to think we're that, and that's not the case. Self-reflection, and this book is just steps in that process, because we've learned so much along the way with this. I'm excited to be getting into it and to share this information with others, because it is so fulfilling. It does bring that profound peace and joy that so many of us have been searching for all of our lives, not knowing how to achieve it. This book is going to, you know, give us that direction that we need to apply these things and find that joy and peace.
Right.
And be able to send out the love that so many of us want to have.
And I can't help but to think, like the NDEers, this is going to be so natural already to them, because they've already experienced this.
Yes.
They're already living this life. So this is like, yeah, okay, I'm already resonating with it. I'm already living it. And the beauty of, for those who haven't had an NDE, can learn how to be able to, you know, to raise that consciousness and that awareness to be able to even relate more to, say, the people who have had near-death experiences, you know,
right.
that level of love, you know.
Yeah, you know, I really think about our children in all of this being said, because look how many of our children run around barefooted. Don't want no shoes on. Just let me go outside and play. Just let that connecting, that grounding. They love unconditionally, no matter what.
A lot will take a diaper off and throw it off and go out and run too. They know we already have clothes on. we are
the consciousness within this flesh suit. Yes,
yeah, the avatar, that is your clothes. You know, that is your body suit. But even babies know that. They get up, they don't want those shoes on. Get them away. Get up there, take these clothes off. I don't want to. Come on, let's go play and run. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, we're so far away from who we really are, and man has become something that we don't even know who we are anymore. So
that's why it takes self-reflection.
Be a part of, you know, raising that awareness and that, you know, self-consciousness, so people can understand, hey, you know, just look around. Just look around, guys. Yeah. The fruitage is there. It's bearing everywhere. Does it look like, you know, there's a lot of good seeds planted? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Chapter number 2, we're going to be covering on our next episode. It is the nature of Christ consciousness, and understanding Christ consciousness and defining Christ consciousness. Okay, so when you mentioned that term, a lot of people has different, you know, concepts and ideas of it. But we'll go ahead and dive into that on the actual next episode. So
yeah, and you know, and it really, the universal laws, you know, we covered just a few of these since we started this series. They are going to tie in so beautifully with this UDO. This book, the UDO, the Universal Divine Oneness, and really just connect with everything, with everyone, without that sense of division.
Right.
That's what it's about. Realizing the divinity within, that we are connected with everyone, and to help raise that consciousness. If we're ever going to change as highly evolved beings that we think we are, we're going to have to put this into practice.
It's going to take work.
And it's going to take some work. And that's why it's called self-discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle you have to incorporate into your life.
Which you would be in harmony with the law of self-discipline.
Right. That's what I'm saying. These universal laws are going to tie in beautifully with this.
You're going to have to put things into practice. In other words, if you don't, you're not going to get nothing out of it.
Exactly.
Pretty much so.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, very good, Miss Daphne. Any takeaways from today's, introduction to the actual book of UDO?
I love it, and just going through what we've been through, listening to our indie ears, the journey of this podcast is evolving, as we all should. And I love that we've already been putting into practice a lot of these steps and techniques that can profoundly change us.
Yes, and it is baby steps.
Yeah, we have to create our life, our spiritual development. Are you doing anything with it, your spiritual development?
Good question.
Really just reflect. Are you self-aware of your spirit?
Yeah. And understand, guys, this is not about religion. Okay. In fact, it's the opposite
Far
direction.
from it.
This is spirituality that dwells in every single human being. Okay, religion is one of the things that divides. Spirituality unites us.
Spirituality 101.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, beautiful, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This is going to be such an awesome book. I can't wait to really go through it with you guys. And you can get the book on the website. Here's a plug for the website again. Don't forget to go to NDE.world. Okay. From the website, you can go to the bookstore. You can join our Facebook group for some conversations. You can actually come in here and ask us questions. We can interact with you guys.
Our NDE ears.
One-on-one. We've got NDE ears in the group that have personally experienced life on the other side and are willing to come in and share their story or answer any questions.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the actual Facebook NDE World podcast page that has all of the actual episodes on it. So
right, and
yeah,
then
so it's
the
growing.
website, of course, has the bookstore and just all the different topic links. So if you want to look up a specific topic related to all of this, go to the website and check out whatever it is that has your interest and listen to those episodes under that topic.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
smash the contact and share button. Reach out to us, guys. We love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And don't forget to, like I said, I would even recommend go to the bookstore and go grab the book. It's on Amazon.
Read along with us when we're going.
Yeah, because we're just now starting in chapter 1, so it's the perfect time to grab the book and just, hey, we can all practice, all of this together.
Put it into practice together.
Yeah, NDE.world, guys. So, all right, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up, and we will see you guys on the next episode. We love you all so much. Thank you for tuning in. May peace be with you all. Until next time.
Y'all let your light shine.
Hello, you beautiful souls. Don't forget to visit the website, NDE.world. That is
NDE.world.